Today is day number 25. Look at that. Of eating nothing but watermelon. Look at all that juice in there. It's just natural. It's food and a drink. Look at that. Look how pretty. And it's as delicious as it looks. So today is day number 25 of me eating nothing but watermelon. That means nothing else. That means no vegetables, no other types of fruit. Haven't been taking any supplements, no vitamins, no minerals, no sea moss, no herbs, no teas, nothing. And I feel great. Um, I feel fucking fantastic. I don't know if I could feel any better than I do right now. Fucking full of energy. And, you know, uh, just great. Great. I woke up though thinking about a friend of mine on Facebook. Yeah, I wanted to talk about that. I wrote a post on Facebook. I don't remember what it was talking about. Something about food and health and stuff like that. And he commented on the post that he had type 2 diabetes. He was just recently diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And he had type 1 diabetes and didn't even know it. And so I commented back like, damn, like I've known this dude for a long time on Facebook. So I'm like, damn. But you know you can reverse that, right? Now these quacks and these hospitals not gonna tell you that. They probably honestly they probably don't even have a clue that you can reverse shit like that. It's nothing. So I told him that, and he was basically like, what you got? Like, tell me what you know. And apparently he's been kind of researching and he's learning some things about this. So I just told him, like, bro, it's not complicated. You've strayed from nature. And when I say strayed from nature, I just mean you've strayed from your natural diet. You've strayed from our natural way of eating, our natural way of living. Just get back to nature. Go home, right? To break that down even further, and I told him this. Just stop poisoning yourself. It's that simple. Stop poisoning yourself. You got diabetes, and I didn't go into this much length into that in my comment, but just the video, so I could go deeper into it. But you got diabetes because you've been poisoning yourself. You've been poisoning yourself your entire life. And it caught up with you. Like, you've probably never eaten food, excuse me, in your life. Like, do you like just listen to that? You realize how like just profound that is to say to somebody, and how even more profound it is for it to be accurate every day. We're eating 3 meals a day, most of us, right? You're eating breakfast, you're eating lunch, and you're eating dinner, and you're likely eating in between, snacking. And none of what you're eating is food. Just think about that. You eating fruit? You ain't eating no fucking fruit. He was not eating fruit for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Because if he was, he wouldn't have diabetes. He ain't snacking on fruit in between. You eating vegetables, nuts, seeds, which for me personally, I personally don't consider vegetables food, right? Because I don't like vegetables. Not in their raw natural state. Ain't no vegetable on the planet tasting like this. And it's raw. I haven't done anything to this. I just cut it open and cut it in small little sections, and I'm eating. I haven't done anything to this. Now, what fruit? Well, I'm not going. There's not a fruit that exists that I know of. I had a call coming in, but there's not a fruit that exists that I know of that I can eat in its raw, natural state. Like I'm eating this watermelon, or like I would eat a mango, or like I would eat grapes or oranges or apples or cantaloupe or honeydew or strawberries or blueberries. And just love the way it tastes without doing nothing to it. There's no fruit. I mean, there's no vegetable I can eat like that. So I don't consider vegetables a food. But if you like vegetables like that, if you can eat them raw like that and you really enjoy them like that, then that's food. Nuts and seeds, also, I love them both. If you can eat it in its natural state and you enjoy it, then it's food. If you have to alter it, if you have to play doctor and fix it up before you can eat it, if you have to add seasoning to it, it's not food. And so, this guy fucking eat dead animals and shit. Dead animals are not food. It's not. I mean, you could eat it. Like you could eat a pile of dog shit. That don't make it food. Dead animals are not food. And the shit that they're making in laboratories, the shit that they're inventing in and manufacturing and factories, food is not made in a factory. It's made in nature. Food is not created in a laboratory. Food is not invented. Man cannot make food. Food cannot be invented. Food does not have patents on it. Food does not have 10 ingredients, 15 ingredients, 20 fucking ingredients. That's a fucking what you call it? Oh shit. I gotta think of it. I hope I think of it. It's like a scientific formulation or something. That's what that is. It's not food. So, like when you put it in perspective, ask yourself, do you even eat food? Like, what are you putting in your body? Is it even food? Because, we've been brainwashed and deceived into believing that we're eating food. Most of what you see in the grocery store is not food. Once you step out the produce aisle, rest of that shit is not food. So, like I seen another post where a girl was talking about her food addiction, and I'm like, you never had a food addiction. There is no such thing of a food addiction. You can't get addicted to this, and it's fucking delicious. You can't get addicted. It's not addictive. Food is not addictive. You know what's addictive? You already know. You know. Drugs. Drugs are addictive. You think that's a stretch for me to say that? That, a person that think they have a food addiction really have a drug addiction? It's not a stretch. Sugar. I don't think there's anything more consumed than sugar in the entire world. Sugar is a drug. That white sugar, it's a drug. Period. I don't give a fuck what they call it. It's a drug. And if you dig a little bit, you'll see. There are studies that have shown that sugar is up to 8 times more addictive than cocaine. I could talk a lot about sugar, but I got a video where I talk about sugar. It's called Sugar. Check it out. That's not food. That's a drug. Salt. It's another drug. Highly addictive. Highly addictive. Both of these, sugar and salt, will allow you to eat things that your body would normally reject. It's a drug. All these artificial sweeteners, not just sugar, but high fructose corn syrup, the fucking sucralose, and the saccharin, fucking sweeten lows, the equals, all these artificial sweeteners, they're all drugs. So just sugar and salt, you just take those two right there. If you're consuming that, you're consuming drugs. Cheese. I would put cheese second to sugar as the most addictive substance on this planet. It's up there. I struggle with cheese. Like, cheese was hard for me. Like, I went through some real withdrawals with cheese. See, like with sugar, sugar was easy for me to beat. Excuse me. Because sugar is just a counterfeit, of what's in here. It's just the counterfeit. This is the real deal. So when I stopped fucking with sugar, I just went to the original. And I'm not gonna call it sugar because it's not sugar, but the original sweetener or whatever. But so fruit satisfies that pre-programmed desire that's within all of us for sweets. We desire sweets. The reason that's programmed within us is so we would eat fruit. This would make being healthy effortless. Excellent health by design is effortless. We were programmed to love fruit, or we were programmed to love sweets. Fruit was made to be sweet. If we ran to fruit every time we crave something sweet, if that's all we ate, excellent health would be effortless. But men invented sugar as a way to, well, I'll say sugar, it's steered us away from nature, from what's natural. And now people choose these unnatural, unhealthy sweeteners, artificial sweeteners that are really drugs and they're really addictive. They choose that over what's natural. And you do unnatural things, you get unnatural results. Hence diabetes and heart disease and cancer and all this other shit. I ain't even mean to talk that long. But yeah, so I told my dude to stop poisoning yourself. Eat food. Simple as that. And for him, it would be fruit. It would be high H3O2 fruits. Grapes would be great. Watermelon. Any melon. Oranges would be great. You know? It's not complicated. Society tries to make shit complicated. It's not complicated. Just stop poisoning yourself. Simple as that. And I want to touch on this before I go. Shit, 19 minutes, whatever. I just want to touch on this. Disease, what's known as disease, does not just happen overnight. It's built. over time. We humans are the creators of disease. All disease. All. There are no exceptions to this. Disease is unnatural. Humans are the creators of all disease. He created diabetes over a course of however many years. He had been creating diabetes, could have been 20 years in the works. Who knows how long? He had type 1 diabetes and didn't even know. This is what they call latent disease. You can have, just because you're not showing any symptoms, don't mean you're in excellent health. You can have some shit going on inside of you right now that's just not displaying any symptoms. And these quacks in these hospitals, they can't identify it. They can't diagnose it. They diagnose symptoms. You need symptoms. All the time he had type 1, didn't even know. Who knows how long it took for type 1 to manifest into type 2? Which if he knew he had type 1, he could have jumped on that and started working to reverse 1 before it progressed into 2. That was a big inspiration for me. Just realizing that I'm not eating right. It could be a fucking cancer, 60% developed on the inside of me. This is how I was thinking back then. And I don't even know it. So while I'm in this period of grace and mercy, which is the period to where in between eating wrong and, manifesting a full-blown disease, that period in between when we're not showing any symptoms, that period in between where you're at 20% or 30% or 60% or 70%, all that period within is grace and mercy, because you're not necessarily reaping the consequences of your actions. Right? You don't get cancer the first time you smoke a cigarette. You don't get heart disease the first time you eat something known to cause heart disease. You don't get diabetes the first time you eat something known to cause diabetes. It takes time. That time is grace and mercy. To take advantage of that, you change your ways. Why do you have to get cancer before you decide to change directions and eat right? Why do you have to get heart disease before you decide to eat right? Why do you have to get diabetes before you decide to eat right? You know you ain't eating right. Like, you already know. So, like, why play with it? At some point, if you don't change your ways, it's gonna catch up with you. And prevention is a lot easier than reversing. It's a lot easier to prevent a disease than it is to reverse a disease. So that inspired me a lot. I knew I wasn't eating right. So I'm like, well, shit, I don't know what's going on in here, but I know the way I'm eating is not supporting good health. I know that. We fucking make changes. And so, yeah. So, I encourage you to do the same. I mean, the way I feel about it, there's nothing out there that tastes so delicious that it's worth my health. So that's all, y'all. Day 25 is going down. Nothing but watermelon. I'm feeling great. Blah, blah, blah. Catch you on the next one.